Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on EURUSD. As usual, if you guys like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, EURUSD has been sitting around this support area for a while. It was acting as a support previously, then price broke it downward, acting as a resistance here, then price broke it upward. So now this zone is acting as a support area, that's why we'll be looking for bottom ups. We also have an aggressive movement upward from here, so this zone is also a demand area. Now, of course, we'll be looking for buy stops on lower time frames because we always zoom in and get extra confirmation that the buyers are finally taking over. Meanwhile, EURUSD would be overall bearish as we clearly see, and for the bears to remain in control, we need to see a momentum candle close below this area. In this case, a movement to the next support would be expected, which is also a demand area as we have an aggressive movement upward from it. But let's take it step by step, right? Price is around a support area, so we'll be looking for buy setups. We can see it better even from daily time frame. We had this impulse lately, correction, impulse, and we are currently in this correction phase, waiting for the buyers to take over to catch this impulse movement upward, unless as mentioned from weekly time frame, if you have a break below this low here, then a movement till the next support would be expected. In this case, this support would become a resistance, and then we expect another bearish movement downward. But for now, we are still looking for buy setups. If we zoom into H1 time frame, we can see that lately we got this channel which is engulfing the overall movement downward. We got our impulse correction, impulse, and we are currently in this correction phase. And as per my trading style, I'll be waiting for those who already know, for a new swing high to form around the upper trend line to consider it my trigger swing. I always highlight it like this. Let me show you. Here we go. And as our trigger, then and only then, and as per my trading plan, the buyers would take over, and a movement upward or a rejection from the support would be expected. In this case, when the buy is activated, the stop loss would be below the previous low, which would be around here, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, NZDJPY has been overall bearish for a while, making lower highs and lower lows, and it's currently approaching a very strong resistance area. We can see previously it was acting as a resistance, then price broke it upward, now acting as a support, then price broke it downward as a resistance again, and now price is retesting it from the downside. That's why we'll be expecting a rejection from it. Of course, unless we have an aggressive movement upward from it, just like previously here, the movement till our next resistance would be expected. But for now, let's take it step by step. We are overall bearish, approaching a resistance area, so let's zoom into lower time frames and look for sell setups. If we zoom into H4, we can see that we are currently overall bullish from a medium-term perspective because we are inside this big correction phase. So we've got our impulse pushing downward from daily time frame, and we are currently in this correction, which looks like a bullish trend from a lower time frame, and price is currently approaching the lower band, which is the upper orange trend line. And anyway, we also have this resistance from daily time frame. That's why we are looking for sell setups, knowing that as a DJPY can still trade higher to test this resistance area before trading lower. But we are looking for sell setups starting from here because price is approaching the resistance area. And of course, as price approaches the lower bound, which is the lower orange trend line, acting as a non-horizontal support, we'll be looking for buy setups. But for now, we are looking obviously for sell setups. If we zoom into H1 or even to M30 time frame, we can see that price is forming like a wedge pattern. So as per my trading style, I'll be waiting for a new swing low to form around it to consider it my trigger swing, and then I'll be selling on its break downwards. Of course, like this is not like a prediction, it's just what I would like to see, so that the rules as per my trading plan would be met, and then I'll be selling NZD JPY. Of course, when the sell is activated, the stop loss would be just above the previous swing high, and we target 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective, and it would be around, like our target would be around the lower support, but we need to monitor this trend line here. So if we see any kind of reverse around this area, we will close our sell. That's it for NZD JPY. Best of luck, and I'll see you on the next one.